Today on the Muskie Daily, Muskingum students participate in the Day of Service.
Students from all over the nation gather at Muskingum to audition and interview for the Ohio Theater Alliance.
And a new library brings in new reference assistants. All that more coming up.
Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the Muskie Daily. I'm Johnny Newhart.
And I'm Andrew Dunlap. Topping our news today, on January 18th, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Muskies participated in the community for a day of service. This day of service, having been a Muskie tradition for years, started in the freezing morning at 9 a.m. and lasted until noon. Students were assigned groups and went to various locations in the community and helped in all sorts of ways. One group of students went to the Kindred Nursing and Rehabilitation Center in Cambridge. Here, they entertained as well as showed the residents how to whip and nae-nae from the popular song Watch Me by Salento. Another group of students went to the Unity Presbyterian Church in Cambridge and helped prepare for their Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Luncheon.
It just feels good to help out. I mean, I help out back home at church a lot, so it's good to be in, helping out the community here.
Students helped cook, clean, and set up tables for the event. During this time, they also got to socialize with other community members.
The Ohio Theater Alliance visited Muskingum over the weekend. Throughout crowded hallways and packed rooms in Caldwell Hall, many participants anxiously awaited their turn on stage. In just 90 seconds, actors and actresses, dancers, and performers of all kinds auditioned in front of producers and potential callback. Most of the participants spent their time before auditions warming up their vocal cords, reading over their lines, or honing in on their dance moves. Their time on stage arrives, and they show the audience their act, and they are asked to wait for a possible callback. At this point, actors and actresses are waiting to hear from any producers or businesses in attendance. However, the auditions at Muskingum are just the first round. The next set of auditions will be held in Boston, Massachusetts in February, and the final auditions will be in Atlanta, Georgia in March.
A review of the Constitution is one of many things being brought to attention by the Spring 2016 Student Senate. Senate is putting together a constitutional review committee to look through the Constitution and decide on any possible changes.
Essentially, constitutions become outdated. After a while, it's, they're written at a time just like the U.S. Constitution. They're written at a time when it's appropriate for what's happening. And every couple of years, the idea is to just review it and make sure it's still applicable.
Senate plans to make the review of the Constitution a semester-long project with the hopes of presenting any possible changes within 2 weeks left in the term.
The Roberta A. Smith Library is Muskingum University's newest addition to campus, and along with the building, there are new positions to be filled. The library has hired 7 student reference assistants to help answer questions as well as help their peers find their way around the new building.
Staffing in different areas, but also that we have a student who is a friendly face and maybe is slightly more approachable. So even if they do end up having to come up to ask a reference librarian, they've kind of already made that first contact with a student.
Arnold says that each student reference assistant went through at least 10 hours of training before working.
Danielle Crown is a recent Muskingum University alumnae who just became a new member of the admissions team. She has been hired as an admissions counselor. Her starting this semester, Crown graduated in spring of 2015 with an early childhood education degree, but soon found that teaching was not what she was interested in coming out of college.
Towards the end of my classes, I kind of wasn't so certain about teaching. I had always worked in the admissions office, been involved around campus, and really kind of enjoyed the higher education aspect and being involved with the high school or college students.
after college for a short stay at Ohio University as an admissions counselor there, but missed the small school atmosphere and experience.
Up next, news from the New Concord Police Department.
And the latest from NCARD.
This is Will Mullins, and I want to encourage you to watch Chapel on Orbit TV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. Thanks.
Find out what decisions are being made at Student Senate that could affect your campus organization by tuning into Orbit TV on Tuesdays at 11 in the evening, and again on Wednesday through Sunday at 10 in the morning and 6 and 11 in the evening.
The New Concord resident who was reported missing on December 27th has been found alive and well. 70-year-old Galen Oliver was found at a Holiday Inn located in Heath, Ohio yesterday afternoon after a concerned hotel manager contacted authorities upon finding a missing persons list. Hayes said Oliver's neighbors believed he was starting to show signs of dementia.
We don't know how advanced or how far it is, but we know he's not being diagnosed with that by a doctor. But just some of the traits that he had was leading them to believe that he was having some kind of mental issues that they thought was dementia.
Oliver is currently remaining in Heath under the care of Heath Police Department. Hayes says Oliver has no family in the New Concord area.
New Concord Police Department set foot to raise money last month and ran away with more than its initial goal. Officers Tim Lewis and Andrew Louie headed to Chattanooga, Tennessee last month for the Lookout Mountain 50-mile trial race, asking for donations and pledges per mile successfully completed. Allegedly finished the entire race while Lewis rolled his ankle in the 6th mile, withdrawing from the race. The goal was to raise enough money to purchase 2 portable agency radio communications radios. But with the help of the donators, the department raised enough funds to purchase 3 devices.
They're just going to be used for our officers on their daily duties. Because right now we have 2 that we share amongst 5 officers, plus our auxiliaries that come in. So this will give us enough to have 1 for every officer as they're on duty. We have a larger incident where there's a lot of officers here. Everybody has that communication.
The New Concord Arts and Recreation District is offering a full line of spring. A chocolate-themed cooking class will be held on February 2nd in John Glenn High School. There will be a $40 fee to cover the cost of the ingredients. They are also offering 2 essential oil classes on January 20 and February 10th from 6 until 7:30 in the evening. A fitness challenge is also on the books this spring, brought through a closed Facebook group. The cost to join is $5. Up next, we update on whether classes might be canceled this week, or if we should shed some of our winter layers.
And after that, Chris will bring you up to date with the Muskie Sports.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
Tonight's going to be cloudy with a chilling temperature reaching 9 degrees, but tomorrow it will be cloudy with snow starting around 1 in the afternoon and a high of 23 degrees. Chance of precipitation is going to be around 60%. Tomorrow night will be snowy with a low around 13 degrees. Josh Keys, a junior forward and captain for the men's basketball team, has been named OAC Player of the Week. Keys was given the award after putting up 36 points and 21 rebounds in an overtime loss to Case Western Reserve University. Keys talks to us about how he hopes his performance motivates his teammates.
Everybody wants to play at a high level, so when they see their captain stepping up, playing hard, making things happen on the floor, that encourages them to want to do the same thing, want to rebound, want to box out, want to score the ball, want to just play together.
The Muskies traveled to Bexley Wednesday to take on the Crusaders and try to earn their second OAC victory. That first conference win of the Schwab era came by downing Wilmington 78-74 on Saturday. Jarrell Marsh led the Muskies offensively, but it took him a little while to get things going. He finished the night with 16 points on 6 of 9 shooting. The Muskies and Quakers were tied at 73 points with just over 10 seconds remaining in the game when Jalen Page drained a long 26-point three-point bomb with 3.5 left to put the Muskies up for good. The win puts the men at 4-11 on the year overall and 1-7 in the OAC. Again, the Muskies will be back in action on Wednesday when they go on the road to face Capital. The Muskie women still find themselves searching for that first OAC win after falling to Wilmington on the road on Saturday, 77-69. Olivia Bezanson led the squad with 16 points on the day while also adding 3 boards and 2 assists. The Muskies shot poorly from the field against the Quakers, making just 33% of their shots, while Wilmington made just under half of their takes, shooting 49%. The loss puts the Muskies at 4-10 overall and winless at 0-7 in the OAC. The ladies get another shot at their first conference win on Wednesday when they host Capital. The indoor track and field teams were back in action over the weekend, competing in a tri-meet hosted by Ohio Wesleyan. Both the men and the women placed second out of the 3 teams. Andre Buffington and Darrell McCoggan each gained first-place finishes to pace the men. Buffington was victorious in the weight throw, while McCoggan won the long jump. The women were paced by first-place finishes by Josie Baum in the 3,000-meter run, Haley Ferguson in the 400-meter dash, and Alexis Ricker in the high jump. The teams will be back in action at the Ohio Athletic Conference split meet hosted by Capital on Saturday. Up next on the Muskie Daily, campus events. Stay tuned.
We have the music. We have the cameras. We have the talent. Orbit Media, where the magic happens.
On the story. On the quad. On the scene. This is the Muskie Daily.
The president of Academy of Motion Pictures is speaking out about criticisms of the lack of diversity in the Oscar nominations. Charlie Bone Isaacs issued a statement Monday evening. She said she was, quote, heartbroken and frustrated about the situation. Bone Isaacs said the racial makeup of voters who decide awards needs to change. Last week, Oscar nominations were announced for the second year in a row. Not a single person of color was nominated in any acting category.
This week, Gerhard Marscher, the writer of several short German stories, including Why Can't Somebody Just Die Around Here, will visit the campus for the semester's first edition of Author Talks. Gerhard has been known for teaching adults how to speak German and has been interested. He will be in the new Roberta A. Smith Library this Thursday at 3:30 for those who are interested in his work and want to learn German.
Any first-year students interested in going Greek this semester, there will be an open house tomorrow night from 7 to 9 at the Chess Center. Their students have a chance to get to know all 12 Greek houses around the campus. First-year students must attend if they want to become a member of the Greek family. That is all from the Muskie Daily today. Tune in to Thursday for more local news.
Or listen to WMCO anytime for what's going on in the community. Have a good night, News going forward.